Okay, this is foil tape. It's for furnace duct work. That's what you should properly put on a furnace duct, not that gray cloth duct tape. This is a foil with glue on it. I'm going to cover up all that nasty glue in there and make it more reflective. And where the hole is here, it'll cover this hole up where the wire comes out. You can see the edge of the lid. Get here and hold the camera still. You can see the edge of the lid where the wire comes out. It's not pinching it or nothing. It's not house current, so if it ever did wear, it's not really a concern to me. But this will make it a little more reflective in there. Also to hold it. You could skip the step of using the glue, but the glue is going to hold that in place so it doesn't flop around. But you could put it down in there and put a couple little strips of tape to hold it, but at least we know the glue is going to hold it. But I'll cover all that nasty stuff up with the foil tape. This stuff is worth having. Paper peels off the back. You can do a lot of stuff with foil tape. So that's the last you'll see the inside of this. We're off to the rest of the layout. Okay, YouTube. Before we go too far, being you couldn't see the LED lights that I had in there, this is what they look like on the back of the little round circuit board when you get the flashlight. Here's where your positive will be of your little AAA battery pack inside the flashlight. Here's your LEDs. Here'd be the outside, which is the ground, the inside's positive. These are wired parallel. Parallel means if this one burns out, these will work. There's actually 8 of them, but I just threw 4. So you'll solder your positive wire in the middle. That's where your battery pack touches. Then if you go out here, there's going to be a band of solder, your foil on your circuit board they call it. But somewhere in here there will be a solder joint, or go close to one of these, as there always is. There's always a band around here, and you will solder a negative right here. You have like the foil on the little circuit board going around here. So you can pick a spot here, you'll see it. The center will be where some of them had a little spring in there. I wouldn't hook to the spring, I would solder right to that copper foil. Circuit boards have a copper foil on it. People not used to electronics. So here's your positive in the center, here's your negative out here. And these are in parallel. Series would be positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. You can look up that simple stuff. You can find it out there on the internet. I just thought I'd put that note in there, being I did not show that. I just showed 2 wires come off and a bunch of glue covering everything. But when you're done soldering, like I do, just to keep everything, as long as nothing's touching there, just keep everything insulated. I pour glue all over it. But you'll figure it out when you look in there. Center's positive. And on these little LEDs with little batteries, if you hook it up wrong, it's just not going to light. Now, if you got too carried away with too much power or something, you could burn something out by backwards, but you'll figure it out. The outside's the negative, the inside's positive. You'll see on your little AAA battery pack, I'm sure I already said that, this is where the center goes. So, to make that simple, because I didn't show that, and I can't find another one. I had another one laying around or I could just actually show you on camera, but it's kind of a crude drawing, but that'll get you through it. Well, the plastic and concrete idea pitched it. This is ugly, but it's heavy. Some flat lead I had, piece of steel round bar stock, wheel weights. You can scrounge around. If you want some lead, go down in anywhere where they balance tires and tell them what you're going to do. It's going to be covered up. Tell them you're going to coat it all with epoxy or something. It'll never be in the air. It'll just be out the shop. It's heavy. It's ugly, but you'll never see it again. It'll disappear. It'll be gone. So thought I'd show that. I tried cutting through the plastic with a cutter blade. The concrete just crumbled. It was a mess. The plastic actually just crumbled away. It just fractured. It was junk on one side. But you get the idea. There's room enough for the battery pack in here and for the switch to come through, which only this much of the switch is going to come through. And that will also be hot glued in too. I won't use those 2 screws, drill no holes. Don't know why there's 2 screws and 4 holes, but that's the way it came in the package. It came with a set of fog lights. But I'll just make a template, the outside, I'll show that, then I'll make one where the inside is, and I'll cut it with my Dremel tool, shove that through the hole, and glue it from this side. I'm going to put it as far out to the edge as it'll go. It's kind of ugly, but it works, and it's heavy. It's actually heavier than the concrete. So, I'm going to cover that up with tape, oil tape. It'll never be exposed to the air. It's out in the shop. I wouldn't recommend anybody messing with lead and having it exposed. I actually wore my gloves when I was working on that. That's just hot glue stick melted in there. I took my hot glue sticks and took my micro torch, and I melted big piles of glue, and I laid pieces of stick in there, chopped off the side cutters, and just glued it all together in one big glob. So, back to work on the important. Okay, this looks kind of ugly, but it'll work. The wire coming in, I had plenty of extra. I had to make a battery pack. I don't have a battery holder. I won't show how to make those. It's a pretty crappy idea, but it works. There's a switch hot glued in. I have to cover that up yet with tape. Down in here, I used your little lug connectors you put on a wire, you know, with like your ring terminals. I pulled it out and used that piece of plastic, like a grommet. Okay. Taped over all that junky piece of metal. And I do have the bottom cardboard that goes on here. I'll find a way to put it on. Maybe a little hot glue. You can always rip it off, put it back on when you change the batteries. These batteries will last there for several months if you use this once in a while for a lamp at night. But I'll cover that switch up. We'll get this done and we'll show you what it looks like from the top. We'll never see this ugly part again. Okay, here's the finished product. I do need to get some batteries. This would be great for rechargeable batteries. I do need to get a battery holder and I'll fix that problem. I thought I had one. I just made a quick battery pack. I said I won't show how to do that. It's a pretty junky idea. Got plenty of slack in the wires. I never liked these lamps. I plugged this up because there's a little bit of light shining off the back of the LED circuit board. A little tape back here, the wire comes through. Of course I have that little grommet I made from a ring terminal piece. I pulled the plastic off. There's a little slot in there where they'll pivot a certain distance. And now I like it. I've had one of these catch on fire. The smoke rolled out of it. I probably only had a 40-watt bulb in it, and it might even been one of those tapered bulbs, candelabra or something, those smaller diameter bulbs, those long, thin ones. So it wasn't even a round, regular-sized light bulb. Camera will dim it down. No one will see that ugly stuff. Just I know it's there. Select the bottom. I'll put the cardboard back on the bottom. This switch was left over from a set of fog lights. Pretty bright at night. If you look back when I had it lit in the dark last night. But I like it. Now I can grab it out and get burnt. These were not a good design. Did not give this lamp a very good rating. Was not worth what you paid for it. If someone gave me another one for free, that's why this one got recycled. I would take a brand new one and I'd do the same thing. I'd just gut it, make it into an LED battery powered lamp. You can take this lamp anywhere. You can take it outside, take it across the room. You can see my shelves are already getting full of junk and it's not organized. I get shelves in here and it's already getting full of stuff. And that's that. We're done with this project. I know it's kind of a long how-to video, but if someone wants to make one of these, it's worth their time. So, thanks for watching.